Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Simply Mama Cooks. I'm Angelica. So today I'm going to show you how to make tender braised sticky ribs. This recipe started from a recipe on the back of a soy sauce bottle. I tried the recipe from the bottle and it kind of morphed into the stovetop version with other ingredients that I decided to add. Either way, it's gonna be good. Here we go. So to start, I've been soaking 3 pounds of pork ribs. These were already cut into like the finger size. And I've soaked it in cold water with a tablespoon of white vinegar. I'm going to drain these and pat them dry. Okay, so these are ready. So what I'm going to do is season them. Season how you like. I'm going with some seasoned salt, like a teaspoon, half teaspoon to a full teaspoon. Same thing for garlic powder, onion powder, some smoked paprika, and I'm going in with a couple tablespoons, like 2 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons, so let's say 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now I'm just going to give these a good mix and coat and combine everything well. And actually I'm going to go in with a little bit of white pepper. There we go. Okay, so I am going to turn on the heat. I'm going to preheat. This is a 6-quart enameled pot, a heavy bottom pot. Here I have some leftover fry oil that I used the other day, so I'm going to add some to the bottom, let that preheat. Now I'm going to start browning in batches my ribs. Let's see if this sizzles. No, it's not quite hot enough. I'm going to let this heat up a little bit more and then we're going to start browning the ribs. All of my ribs are browned on the exterior, so I've shut off the heat because the pan is scorching hot. So just with residual heat and whatever's left in the pan with the oil, I'm going to saute some onion. And this is, I have no fire and I have no heat. I mean, once it kind of dies down, I'm going to turn the heat back on, but right now the residual heat is enough to saute these onions. I'm also going to, I have 2 cloves of garlic. Just going to mash that. A piece of ginger, mash it, and it's going into my pot. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat back on. I've got it like on a medium heat. And I'm just going to saute the ginger and the garlic just a little bit with the onion. There we go. Now I'm going to add 1 liter of chicken broth. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit, pick up some of that fond. Eventually it'll pick up anyways because we're going to braise these ribs. Okay, so on the back of the soy sauce bottle, is a recipe for honey plum ribs. From this recipe came about this recipe. I'm pretty much using what I have in my pantry and fridge to sort of make these Asian influenced sticky glazed ribs on the stovetop. So I typically like to use apricot jam, but this is actually orange marmalade. This is around 3 to 4 tablespoons. I have 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce. This is 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of CHOW cooking wine. I have 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, and I have 2 teaspoons of gochugaru. This is Korean red pepper flakes. Okay, so I'm going in with my hoisin sauce, my CHOW cooking wine, my dark soy sauce, my light soy sauce, my orange marmalade. This can also be whatever type of like jam or marmalade you have. Going in with my gochugaru. Give that a mix. Oh, it smells amazing. So I am going to add sugar, like a tablespoon. Gonna give that a mix, give it a taste. And if it needs salt towards the end, I will season with salt to taste. But as far as the sweetness, I do want this to have that salty sweet taste. So you'll need to taste your broth for at least the sweetness, the salty sweetness, better. Now my ribs are going in. Okay, I want to make sure these are submerged and kind of dunked into the pot. They're already simmering, which is great. So now I'm going to cover with a lid. I'm going to lower the heat. Okay, so I am going to offset it. And now I'm going to let it cook for at least an hour, but I really want to reduce the sauce. And when it gets almost to the point where it's sticky, I'm going to actually taste it for salt and seasoning and adjust to my preference. Okay, so the ribs are braising. It smells phenomenal in my house right now. But I wanted to mention, I know the ingredient list has a lot of stuff going on, but really what I was trying to do is just build on the salty sweet flavors. You can skip adding the orange marmalade and just kind of go with like soy sauce, brown sugar, or sugar. You can use cooking wines, you can omit that. I use gochugaru because I have a lot of it. I cook a lot of Korean food in my household. You can sub that with maybe crushed red pepper flakes. You don't have to use 2 types of soy sauce. I like to use dark soy sauce in my recipes because it does add color. The light soy sauce for, you know, the salty flavor, and the dark soy sauce for color. I have a bottle of it, so I like to use it in my cooking. And also the usage of the smoked paprika. I just like smoky flavors. You don't have to add that. Season how you like. I'm really just going for a nice balanced, salty, sweet, tender braised rib. So you can switch up the ratios and maybe omit some of the ingredients. It all works. Okay. So this has been simmering, braising, boiling for about 45 minutes. So I'm just going to remove the lid. I'm kind of going to give them a flip to make sure they still kind of have even cook time while submerged. And I'm just going to let this go until it has evaporated and it gets sticky. So at least an hour, but it's going to go further than an hour. I'm really looking for sticky, reduced, tender ribs. Let me turn up the heat. I'm going to put a splatter screen. And then let this reduce and get tender. Okay, so I'm probably, this has reduced. It's already thick and sticky. See how the sauce has thickened? that was with the help of the coating with the cornstarch. That's why it gets thickened. So if you're making this and you kind of skip the cornstarch coating when you go to brown the meat, just remember that cornstarch coating helps to thicken this sauce. Okay, so I've got my ribs on a plate, and I'm gonna take this sauce and just add it to the top. Just like that. And here we have sticky, glazed, tender, braised ribs. So good. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.